Anyway, things are moving along. Things are moving slowly, but things are moving along. We're always working behind the scenes, even though it doesn't seem like we're active out in public. We are definitely active behind the scenes. So I just want to, now I'd like to just give a little bit more detail in terms of the time we've taken to get to this point, what's gone on. A year or so ago, we had to part ways with our second vocalist, and then we had to search for a new vocalist. That takes time. You got to find people, find people who can sing, find people who have, the right kind of motivation, who want to sing the style of music, who also are in driving distance. This led to a lot of soul searching, a lot of how do we define this band? What are we doing? Lots of those types of conversations, and it takes a while. You just got to figure things out. With Jago, everything is working out just great, and it's quite a turning point, because it's really refreshing working with the type of person, the ideal type of person. The only catch is that he's in South America. So once we made the decision that let's think outside the box, let's step outside the box, let's try to find somebody out there and do this thing online, do this thing virtually. On top of all of that type of discussion and planning, Michael moved. It's a big deal to move. Kevin moved. I moved. All this personal stuff that just kind of gets in the way sometimes of the artistic pursuit. On top of that, I got a new job. I also got married, So, if you've ever planned a wedding, you know how much time that takes. It's great. It takes a lot of time. So there's all these life things, kind of happening. I mentioned especially the difficult lyrics, difficult timing of the songs, which takes time to convey sometimes when there's those really intricate parts. But specifically, in terms of this whole virtual movement that we've been doing, Jago, as you know, is a native of Venezuela, and Venezuela is currently experiencing, and has been for the past 6 months at least, electricity rationing. And what this means is they'll turn off your power for a day or two because they don't have enough to go around, and they're having some struggles with that down there. So how this affects Concrete Prophet? Well, I'll be in the middle of a Skype session. We go deep into working on one song. Power goes out. Bye bye Jago. And it might be like that for 24 hours. And by the time he's ready to go, well, then maybe I'm not available to work, or someone else isn't available. So we just got to find a time to get back to it, and hopefully he's got consistent power. So aside from those types of issues, I actually read an article that the Venezuelan government is actually trying to stop this electricity rationing by August of this year. We'll see, whatever. But on top of that, some other things come up. For instance, Jago got sick. Got sick a lot, and so much so he had to go to the hospital. He had some serious problems with his vocal cords, of all things. So, you can't tell him to hurry up and get better. You got to take all the time that you need to heal. That's something that you can't rush, and that's something that you have to be conscious of. You can't get frustrated about that. That's not something anyone can help. So that's just, it goes along with the territory. If I broke my hand, I couldn't, rush to make it get better. So there's those types of things. Jago's computer also crashed once, let's say, and took him a while to get back on track, because that's, he uses his computer to demo out songs and a microphone and recording software and such. So just anything and everything. One of the sayings that I really like to use is that, if it's not one thing, it's another. And sometimes it's just how it is. But you have to have patience. You have to have perseverance. And at the end of the day, just keep telling yourself everything is going to work out. It's going to take a while, but everything will work out. Moving forward, we're looking to wrap up this EP. We want to get this thing done just as bad as you do. We're hoping to have a guest vocalist or 3 working on some things. Interesting bit of trivia. Roadrunner Records has recently signed a band called Mutiny Within. You might have heard of them. Fantastic prog metal band. Their lead singer is Chris Clancy, and kind of a strange turn of events here. Chago got a promotional email from Roadrunner Records saying, hey, check out our new artists, and Chago checked them out, liked what he heard, and decided, hey, let me give these guys an email. So he emailed Chris Clancy, and they started talking, hey, Chris, I like your voice, you guys are great. And Chris reciprocated, and he checked out some of Chago's YouTube stuff, which was really awesome. And Chris Clancy said, hey, I'd love to do a vocal duet kind of a thing. And as luck would have it, Chago was recording with us, so we actually got in contact with Chris. And Chago made all these connections and said, hey guys, can Chris record with us? Let's try to work something out. And the oddest thing, we exchanged a few emails, but we saw on Mutiny Within's website that they were going on a North American tour, and their first stop was in Towson, Maryland, which is right in my backyard, our backyard. So one night, Kevin and I go, this is all within a week. He sees the email, gets in touch, tells us about it. We all get in touch, and Kevin and I go up to Towson and go to their show. And after they play their set, we go up to him and be like, hey, Brian, this is Kevin. We talked to you on email. He's like, hey man, what's going on? Yeah, I really like what you're doing. And unfortunately, Chris Clancy's legal obligations to Roadrunner prohibited him from working with us, but he did make an honest attempt to try to get something worked out with us, and we really appreciate that. And who knows what could happen in the future? We might be able to do something with him. He's an excellent vocalist, and they're an excellent band. So just an interesting bit of trivia and how that all worked out. Like within 1 week, the band's playing in Towson. And anyway, as far as the EP goes, we still have every intention of releasing these songs in surround sound. It's something I did on my solo album, but we're going to go about it a much more professional way. We recorded them using a higher sampling frequency and higher bit rate, that sort of thing. And we had the technology to do it. So, why not? It's going to be real cool. Album artwork is done. It's taken a long time to get that just the way we wanted it. Steve Van Balen, aka Steve Theater. You might see him online sometimes on some of the Dream Theater forums. I know that's how we got in touch with him. He's done a lot of artwork, fan artwork type stuff, and it looks just amazing. So we got in contact with him, and he's worked with Michael over the past year to get cover artwork, back artwork, liner note artwork, that sort of thing. All that's left to do is to actually fill it in with the lyrics and liner notes, but it's truly professional stuff, a step above anything we've ever done, 10 steps above anything we've ever done. So we're really eager to kind of meld that with the music and put that out there.